guests today are all revealing how their faith has been a grounding force in their lives, not only in good times, but of course, in the tough times too. My next guests play a father and daughter on screen, but are a power couple off. You know Tamala and David Mann from Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns, a role that earned David an NAACP Image Award, and roles that have reprised on the current spinoff called Assisted Living. Tamala is a Grammy winner for her song God Provides, and last spring she made headlines for breaking Billboard's record for the most gospel airplay #1s with her hit, He Did It For Me. And this year, the couple who met in high school are celebrating 34 years of marriage. But let me tell you, today, it's a very powerful show for us, and we're learning today, while their fans were watching a couple on top of the world, behind the scenes, Tamala and David's relationship was recently challenged by a struggle David was silently hiding. And now for the first time on national television, David and Tamala are here to talk about this deeply personal journey where they had to rely on faith first. Please welcome Tamala and David Mann to the table. Coordinating in colors. That's what 34 years of marriage.
We didn't notice that until you just.
No, so this came out. I'm like, you got the gold and the black coordinate. That's the great John Witherspoon. Coordinate. 34 years. 34 years. Does it? I mean, 34 years. Does it? You were babies when you met.
Yeah.
High school.
We enjoyed each other so much we don't realize 30. We sitting talking the other day. It was like
it doesn't seem that
we've been together most of our lives. Now that picture right there. Let's go. They done big embarrassed.
Who are those babies?
We don't know.
But look how far we come.
Thank God for work.
And David did my hair right there. That was called a freeze.
Oh, yeah, remember the freeze?
Don't check nobody there.
Doing hair, doing women's hair then.
And I got the part and everything.
I know.
That's when you had hair, baby.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking, wow, what were their dreams? What were their dreams?
I think it was just to love each other and take care of each other at the time.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know, and we were singing together even early then, but it was like to have a family, because both of us grew up in a one-parent home, not a two-parent home. So we were trying to do things differently that didn't happen really with us. So that was one of the goals.
I guess if I can sum it up in one word, just looking at that and thinking back, survival.
Survival.
Yeah.
And then you get this life that you couldn't have ever imagined. You are superstars. You're not only entertainers, you are stars of TV shows. Everybody knows your name. And I didn't know until recently that you, for 2 years, were battling depression. Every time, even when you walked out, you're smiling, she's regal, you've got the finger in there and smiling, but you've been hiding so much behind that smile.
They would ask me, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm a fixer. Let me fix it. I'll fix everything. Everything is good. Everything is fine. As long as everybody else is good, I'll figure it out on my own later. That was literally killing me.
When did you know something wasn't right, if that's the way to put it?
I don't know. I just know one day I realized I don't feel right. And something is off. And the only way that I could find relief was I would go in my office and just go to sleep. And that's the only time I just could feel good.
You've not talked about this before.
I have not talked about this. This is the first time.
Why is it now the time? Why is it now?
Because of the stigma that we have on it as black men, as a community. And quite honestly, I was embarrassed.
You were embarrassed?
I was embarrassed. I was ashamed because, I'm David Mann. I make the world laugh. But I once I started to see how much I could help people with my story of depression, because that is something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
What did it feel like in those dark days?
Like that, you know, and I want to say,
If I can say this real quick, he looked unhappy. So I kept asking the question.
So you saw it. You saw the
I
light.
could see that something was there, but I wouldn't have put that on it. I would have never said that about him.
You would never thought it was depression.
No, never.
What did you think it was?
I was just, you know how you just have a moment like you get tired, fatigued, because when we go, and it's like so much. He's thinking of what's next. When we're all asleep, he up thinking about what we about
So
to
you
do.
thought maybe burnout.
Yes, like tired.
I said, it's like I was drowning,
Oh,
but nobody knew I was drowning. The only way people were going to realize that I was, okay,
Yes,
cool. Yeah, it's touching for me because I haven't shared it with anybody. I said, the only way people were going to realize that I was drowning is if I completely drowned. And I was like, wow. And I can't say anything to anybody because I got to make sure you're fixed. I got to make sure you're good. I got to make sure everybody's good. And it just hit me. And I was like, I need to see a therapist. But then I know the stigma for our neighborhood, you know, you don't need to go to no therapist. You ain't going up there and telling nobody your business.
especially when you're someone who leads with your faith. People say, "Well, pray about it."
Yes,
And I did.
that was.
But that's
And
not
I
the-
prayed and I prayed, and when I got up, I still felt miserable.
Yeah.
So, and like I describe it, I say if I was having a heart attack, they would have taken me to a heart doctor.
Yeah.
If I had liver problems, they would have taken. I say, so now I'm having some mental health issues. I need to seek professional help.
Yeah. That's a beautiful point because people will tell you if you have a heart condition, go to see a doctor. You can pray and go see someone who has an expertise in this.
That's what the house of prayers help. The house of prayers help, meaning like your church, your pastor, you know, or people that you talk to. But it's nothing wrong. We realize there's nothing wrong with going and talk to somebody. I told him, I said, first of all, I was devastated. My heart was just in crumbles because I was like, what? I mean, what is happening that you're not telling me? So I felt really just like helpless because I was like, so it's like night after this, y'all. It's like I was constantly, you okay? I said, don't give me the generic answer, good. I said, because a lot of us, and he was like, I know how to put the face on. I was like, don't give me the mask. Tell me seriously, where are you? Where are you and how can I help you? I was determined to not allow the enemy to destroy my husband, my relationship, and what he has. What he has, because I know what he comes with and what he's called to do and how he's called to help, not just us, but he's called to help the nation. The thing is, it's more brothers that I know that are hurting and struggling and not talking about it. And to hear somebody of his stature and of his caliber just say that there's a problem and it's okay, let's talk about the problem and we can get the problem fixed. Because a lot of times we think there's no fix, but there is help.
Yeah.
And we're called to be helpful. We're called to be helpful to one another.
When he told you finally, I've made the appointment, I'm going to see a therapist.
I was like, get out of
They
here.
pushed me out the door.
Like, get out of here. Because I think I haven't went yet. It's like I start talking to some other a friend of mine who kind of walked me through some things and just really, to just see myself. Sometimes we have to look in the mirror to see yourself.
Yeah. Once I got there, it was a bit of apprehension because it's just like, how do I, sit? What made me comfortable, the therapist said, the first thing is, yeah, okay, welcome. Let's have a word of prayer. Now, what's the problem? That right there said, okay, I can have a therapist and, we can faith too.
Yeah.
And so I remember that first day in therapy, I think I must have cried my whole hour. I think I paid him an hour to cry. I just sit there and I pour it out. And I think that's what some of us are missing. Some of us are missing that relief.
How do you feel now?
I'm in the best place that I've been in my life.
I'm the other therapist.
Yeah. I'm in the best place because what I learned was I gotta take some time for me.
And so you're in this good spot and you're back. The family's on like the new tour is like the Partridge Family.
Overcome a Man Family Tour. Yes, we're out and we hitting the cities and it's really been a blessing.
When we come back, we're going to talk about this group